Okay, welcome back. We're going to now show you how to make the second arm. So hopefully you've got to this stage and you've got that first arm moving smoothly. Now we're going to show you how you add a second. So again, be prepared for things not to work out. So you need 2 syringes again, one filled with air and one empty. You need a tube and you need to make the actual arm. So for the arm, this arm, we've made it same width, but I've actually made it slightly longer. So that needs to pivot on that point there. Okay, so it's good to assemble that first, give you some idea of where it might go. Now be careful not to crush your card. It might be good to use double layers. Push that through a bit. There you go. So you've got to, that's got to move freely. So you've got to be careful if it catches on that card there. Then you need to cut a couple of lengths of skewer that's longer. Don't worry too much about the precision of that yet, just tidy it up at the very end. So this here needs to be fixed along this arm, and where you fix it is entirely up to you. So you can see I've got this point here, I could fix it to that point there. I'll give it a go, but I've got to be mindful that that is in its way like there. So if I fix it here, that's getting in its way a little bit. So this is where I'm just going to experiment. So if I fix it at this point, pop a little skewer through there. Look. If I was to fix it here, let's put a skewer through the 4th hole again, just for illustration purposes, and just see if this syringe will reach from here, that point there, look, all the way to there. Now, that's not giving me really the reach that I need, but good enough. Okay. Now, will it work better if I pop it here? It's all about exploring the movement and what leverage is best. So here we go. Try it there. Might work better there. Together. So will it work better? Yeah, much better actually. So I'm going to fix it there. I'm going to attach it there. So remember to attach it. We've used 2. And this is where your blue tack might come in handy. Stop it from falling off. Now I want to be able to pull this apart afterwards actually and keep it flat because I've got a lot of models to store otherwise. Okay, there we go. So wrap that around there, remember, to hold on tight to it. Pull it. Feed another cable tie through that. There we go. There it goes. And then you can pull that nice and tight then. Here we are. Pull that tight. Tight as it will go, trim the end. Like so. And then take your skewer out. Oh no, I can't take that skewer out, can I? Oh, I can. Be careful, it doesn't fall apart. So I'm going to pull it out, but feed that back in like that for the minute. I need to be careful. Actually need to feed it in before I feed it into that pole there. I'm going to trim it afterwards, so let's just put that back in. So as you can see, it's quite a tricky job. There you go. And pull that tight. There it goes. And then trim that. Just going to feed that through there. Trim that. There we go. There you go. So that's fixed on there now. And all we've got to do now is glue that on here. So let's pull it right up. Glue it roughly in the middle. And don't worry too much at the moment about how neat these syringes are looking. Glue that. Let's glue that here. Glue's dripping. Put a bit of glue on there. There you go. And then let that dry. There you go. While that's drying, again, I've created some simple strips to reinforce that. But you've got to be careful that this end here doesn't interact with this, so I'm going to put it on the end rather than the top face. So while that's drying, just reinforce your robotic arm. So when you've had a go at that, the next step really is to add a mechanism on the end to lift and grab a object. So here goes. Try that. I'm going to put that further up now. So when you're prototyping with any idea, don't be worried about what it looks like, because in my opinion as a designer, I need a product to function as my priority, and then I can consider how it might look afterwards. So that arm there works. I'm just going to lift this next arm here. There's a bit of a wig on ready. So let's lift that. Oh, that's fallen out. There you go, that's what's happened there. There you go, so that's lifted. And then, let's see how that works. There we go. Okay, so now you've got two working arms. And now all you need to think about is, if I pull that in and pull that down, how can I pick something up? What could I use? There we go. So as you can see with this one, what I've done is change the angle at the bottom so it sits flat with the surface. But you've just got to think about what mechanism you're then going to use to pick something up. So that's your final thing to consider. So that's how to make your second arm. Depending on where you place your syringes, you could add other arms, but it just depends on the job that it's got to do. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. There's one final thing to show you to get you thinking about how you might grab and lift something. And then we hope that you enjoy exploring and experimenting with this project idea. Thank you for listening.